So if you're anything like me and you live on tech Twitter, and then over the last couple weeks and months you might have noticed this robot vacuum making its rounds. This is the Matic, and it's supposedly the iPhone or the Tesla of the robot vac world. And I've tested a bunch of different robot vacuums over the years, of the cheap variety and of the ultra expensive variety that aims to kind of do everything under the sun. And while I'm not an expert robot vac reviewer, I am somebody who sees a lot of tech come in and out of the studio, and I value a lot of simplicity, I value user experience, I value UI, and I value a frictionless experience when it comes to using something like this, which normally gives you a ton of friction when you are setting it up and using it over time. So I wanted to see what this Matic robot was all about and see if it actually met up to the hype of being the iPhone and the Tesla of the robot vac world. And while this does solve a ton of problems that I've had in the past with other robot vacuums, there's still a lot of nuance to it and I want to break it down. So let's see if this Matic robot is actually worth the hype, but more importantly, worth your money. Let's get into it. So as I mentioned, I've tested a ton of robot vacuums over the years, of the cheap ones and the expensive ones, and for the most part, the story from me has been that the first 2 to 4 weeks, everything works as intended, the suction power is good, everything stays clean, it does either the vacuuming or the mopping, or both of them depending on what I'm dealing with. But after that kind of month time frame, things start to really take a big turn for me because it just turns into another appliance that I have to maintain, that I have to keep clean in order for it to continuously clean my house. So when I saw that the Matic robot has everything built into itself, it doesn't have a self-cleaning station, and it's supposed to be this kind of ease of use robot vacuum with user experience being at the forefront, I wanted to give it a try. And to kind of set the stage in terms of what these robot vacs usually deal with on a day-to-day basis at my house, I have a pretty intense testing ground, right? I have a dog that constantly sheds throughout the year. He's a Shiba. I have 2 cats that also constantly shed throughout the year, and they have to deal with the cat litter. Even though I have a self-cleaning litter box, they still drag litter throughout the house. I also have 2 kids under 5 years old, so there's toys and dirt and food and things all over the place at all times. And I also have hardwood floors combined with rugs, so being able to then go between the two so they're not wetting the rugs and making those nasty and all wet, and also making sure that they're cleaning everything as intended. So I think I'm giving it a good testing ground in terms of what to expect in a worst case scenario or close to that. And with these other robot vacuums, that sticking point has been the amount of fur around the house as well as litter. Litter, I feel like, is the enemy of robot vacuums. So again, if this Matic robot has been able to survive over the last month or so that I've been using it, I think that is a better testament to the product itself than throwing rice or dirt or something on the floor and seeing if it can pick it up. Okay, so let's first talk about the Matic itself and what it is, because it looks wildly different from what we've seen over the last couple decades with these robot vacuums. Normally the robot vacuum is kind of like this disc-shaped thing that can kind of go underneath furniture. It's kind of low to the ground. Some of them have self-cleaning stations that you can kind of auto-vacuum the vacuuming that it's already done for itself. But the Matic looks different here. It looks like a big box, has 2 large wheels with 1 pivoting wheel on the rear of it, and the front of it looks like a traditional stick vacuum just kind of put onto this box itself. I like the unique look. It looks like something out of the movie WALL-E, or it looks like WALL-E himself. And again, I like how they took a different approach because they did build this from the ground up and they didn't just take off-the-shelf parts to then recreate something and slap their logo on it, which I do appreciate. So immediately out of the box, I already saw the first indication that this thing was going to be wildly different than other robot vacuums, and it has to do with the setup process. First off, it comes in this nice big box, and out of the box, it immediately starts working. You lift up the box, you press the play button, and not only that, but it's also personalized to each individual order. So the little display, instead of having to go through some weird setup process, it says, "Hello to the Silva family," and then it automatically tells you exactly what to do. So I like that nice little touch of personalization, which makes it feel a little bit more intentional than just another off-the-shelf product. And then the onboarding sequence is so simple and so easy. You just download the application, it finds the actual robot vacuum, there's no million menus that you have to go through, and then it just maps your environment, which we'll touch on in a second. But that's kind of the best setup process by far that I've ever dealt with a robot vacuum. It doesn't take hours to set up, there isn't 18 applications, there isn't a need to scan a QR code with the camera or the sensors that are on the actual robot vac to then make sure that it pairs correctly. Again, those are all just headaches that I don't want to deal with. So this was a very Apple-like setup process, probably as close as you can get to like connecting AirPods to your iPhone. This is their version on the robot vac side. And then I can see why it's called the iPhone of the robot vacs, because it takes a very Apple-like approach to, again, the experience that you're dealing with. And that's a big, I'm going to keep reiterating on that when it comes to dealing with these other robot vacuums. Some of them are good and they have great hardware, but again, the experience, there's just a lot lacking in that space. But with the Matic, it kind of feels that the hardware and software were clearly designed to work together. The app is very approachable, very simple to use, and Matic does a great job of hiding all the technicalities behind a much easier to understand wall. And then again, maintenance has been completely simplified. The privacy is built into the product. So again, we're going to talk about all the cameras that it has, but it's all done on device, so you don't have to deal with any of that. And the features work without requiring constant adjustment, which is huge. I want to be able to just kind of set it and forget it. And if there is anything that I need to do to it, just something that I need to quickly replace instead of getting on my hands and knees and cleaning with a giant toothbrush everything that's dirty about the actual robot vacuum itself. And it's also called the Tesla of the robot world because just like Tesla, they got rid of all sensors that weren't cameras. That's exactly what the Matic is doing. All the other robot vacuums use a ton of different sensors, while this one sticks to cameras, so they forewent using things like LiDAR. And that translates directly into the application and how well it maps the environment around it, and also how photorealistic it works when mapping everything around it. So again, it uses 5 RGB and infrared cameras that are all around the actual Matic itself. The cameras allow it to see and interpret the surroundings. It combines that info with simultaneous localization and mapping, and it builds a photorealistic 3D map of the house in real time, and you can see it work its magic as it's setting itself up. And because it is twice the height of a normal robot vacuum, the camera placement is a little bit of a higher angle, giving it a much better viewpoint, and also it gives room for those 2 giant wheels to really articulate on their own to move the actual robot around in the different environments that it's in. And now those cameras allow it to go above and beyond, because it's not just creating a 2D map of its environment like all these other robot vacuums are creating. This one continuously updates its understanding of the house or the environment that it's in. It recognizes rooms, different surfaces, furniture, and obstacles, all based on the cameras that it's using. And because it's using those cameras, it moves in a much more natural way. Now that might allow it to take a hit on efficiency overall in terms of how much it's vacuuming at one time compared to the other ones, but it makes for more thorough cleaning, which we'll touch on in the cleaning portion. And then again, with these other robots, I found myself kind of pre-cleaning the house, picking up things around the house to make sure that it doesn't get stuck with the robot vacuum, doesn't get tangled in the robot vacuum. And again, my house, there's a lot of stuff going on at the same time with toys and food and things all over the place. So having to clean my house before my robot vacuum clean my house is just not the way that I want it to work. And because of the cameras, the Matic is able to maneuver around a bunch of different obstacles, whether they are very low to the ground or high up, and still be able to clean around them with no problems whatsoever. So now, how well does this thing clean? Because again, if this thing doesn't clean well, then everything that I stated before just doesn't really matter. But it gets the job done, and it gets the job exceptionally well. And I don't really understand the nuances of exactly how it's doing it so well, but I put it through its paces, and like I said, my environment is a great environment to really test everything out. Because again, everyday dust and debris gets automatically taken in, food crumbs, dog hair, cat hair, going between the carpet and the hardwood floors. It handled all that perfectly. And then when it comes to the cat litter and that bathroom situation, with the cat litter, it's in the main bathroom on the main floor, but there is a little bit of a lip that it has to go up. Because those 2 wheels are so big and it has a good amount of traction, it easily goes over. It's about a lip that's maybe half an inch high to get to the bathroom itself, and it's able to then not only do that, but then also take in all that litter with no problems whatsoever, which is something that the robot vacuums that I've used in the past just couldn't handle. It would either get stuck on that little ledge, or if it did kind of get over that ledge, it didn't understand exactly what to do. Because it is a tile floor, it would immediately mop first, which ends up spreading the litter all over the place, making it impossible to then suck up when you are vacuuming. So the Matic is able to recognize that and then turn the vacuum on first before getting the surface all wet, and then going in with the mop afterwards if I wanted to clean up the rest of the debris. I think this was a masterclass in dealing with cat litter, and comment down below if you guys also deal with a problem like this. And then another big thing is that, again, I have 2 daughters, you have my wife, there's a lot of hair around the house, a lot of long hair around the house, which makes these robot vacuums very prone to tangling. So again, once a week with these other robot vacuums, I was going in, I was cutting out hair because it kept getting tangled on the corners or on the sides of the brush. This one so far has had 0 tangles in my span of use. And then I was very surprised with the amount of suction that you get out of it, just how quiet the Matic was. And I know I keep touting it, and we're going to talk about the negatives on it towards the end of the video because it's not perfect. But again, I'm just surprised how quiet it was, to the point where we were watching a movie late at night with the volume a little bit on the lower end because we didn't want to wake up our youngest daughter, and the vacuum was running at full blast. It was cleaning everything up in the middle of the night pretty much, and it didn't disturb our movie watching experience whatsoever. So it's good to know that we can do that, because again, with other vacuums that tout to have the same or even less so, terms of suction power, they are way louder than what we've seen from the Matic robot. And like I said, this is a two-in one, meaning that it's a mop as well as a vacuum, and you can see that it's all done on the actual brush itself. So there's 3 total brushes in there. You have the main one, which is going to untangle and get things out of carpet. Then you have the actual brush that's going to be the mop itself. And then of course you have the little kind of arm that brings in dust and debris from little corners and sides that are maybe a little harder to reach to then eventually get sucked in. So all those have worked fantastically. I haven't had to replace any of them. I haven't had to detangle any of them in my span of use so far. And what's good to know is that it does bring an extra one in the packaging in the accessory kit for you to be able to replace it. And of course, we'll talk about the purchasing and what you need to kind of re-up on every now and then. And then what's nice about the Matic when it is doing the vacuum and the mopping at the same time, it's not just switching between the two features, it's actually actively looking for the carpet itself, and then once it feels or sees the carpet, then it's able to basically lift up and turn off the mopping feature and go straight into the vacuum, allowing the carpet to remain dry at all times, which is a big one, especially because those carpets, if they do get damp, they get stinky quick, and then you're gonna have to either get rid of them or get them professionally cleaned, making it even more cost prohibitive after the fact. And then when it comes to the roller mopping system itself, most robo-mops drag a damp, flat pad around the house. I mean, I had one previously that had 2 of those circular ones that would just rotate over and over again. And while yes, maybe for a small moment in time it looks like a shiny floor, it's basically just moving dirty water around and moving all those cat litter particles around to the edges, and then eventually it just gets dirty all over again. But then on the Matic side, it uses an active roller system, so clean water wets the roller, and the roller actively scrubs the floor, the squeegee extracts the dirty water from the roller that it cleans, and then the roller is continuously refreshed instead of dragging the same dirt pad through every single room, which is something I dealt with a lot with my last RoboVac. And now there's a reason why the Matic is a little bit larger than all the other robot vacuums, and it's because it doesn't have a cleaning station. Now, it does have a docking station to make sure that it stays charged up, it's able to find it very easily, but the reason the Matic is a little bit boxier and a little bit bigger is because everything is housed in the robot itself. So in the Matic itself, you get the disposable HEPA collection bag, you get the clean water tank, the vacuuming hardware, the roller mop, and the mop cleaning system. And then one of the more interesting things, which I actually really like, is a dust bag, because the dust bag is not only where the dust goes, but also where the dirty water goes, and it all goes into that same bag. And not only that, but it's actually a clear bag, so it allows you to see how much gunk and dirt is being collected, as opposed to hiding it behind some kind of fabric. And they've really thought of everything with this bag, because even the bottom of the bag is designed to contain liquid without leaking, and there's a material inside the bag that turns the water into a gel instead of allowing it to move around to really solidify everything in there. And the bag also uses antibacterial treatment, so if you do leave that bag in there for a week or 2 or 3, and maybe it starts to kind of stink up a little bit, there's something in there to make sure that everything stays inside of it as best as possible before you actually replace the bag itself. And then for me, for my use cases, every 6 to 7 days, I'm replacing that bag itself. It depends on what your use cases are, how much dirt is being collected, how much you mop. So your mileage is going to vary. I've heard people only lasting 4 days. I've heard people replacing it every 2, 3, 4 weeks. So it just depends on how often you run it. But I'm replacing mine pretty much once a week. And in the packaging itself, it comes with 1 bag pre-installed as well as 4 additional bags. So you get a total of 5 bags when you do purchase it. And then I believe you can get 12 bags for $30, or you can actually sign up for their yearly plan, which is less than $100 for unlimited bags. I'm not 100% sure how that works, but I did get confirmation that $96 gets you pretty much as many bags as you want for the entire year. So now my only kind of trade-off or gripe that I have with the Matic robot is that because of the size of the Matic robot, those harder to reach places, especially underneath furniture or maybe underneath something that's a little bit lower to the ground, it just can't physically reach there. Where there's other robot vacuums are a lot lower to the ground or half the height, they can kind of reach underneath spaces that this robot can't reach. So it really just depends on what your scenario is. So for me, I have a love sack. That love sack is basically all the way on the ground. The other robot vacuums couldn't reach in there anyway, but there's a couple spots in my house where a normal robot vacuum could reach into, where the Matic maybe can't get all the way into. It could still extend a little bit in with its kind of nose and how it's able to reach a little bit, but again, it's not going to be able to go all the way in underneath just because of how it's made and the size of it. But that trade-off is something that I'm living with, and I'm okay with it because of how well everything else works. So overall, I'm going to go ahead and say that this robot vacuum is by far the best robot vacuum that I've personally tested, and I've tested at least 8 different ones, and some of them up to the $2,000 variety. I've tested the Dreamy L40 Ultra, the Eufy one as well, which was supposed to be I think it was like the P90 or something like that. and they were supposed to be the best of the best. And like I said, for the first maybe month or so, it was great. But then after a while, it just became a nuance for me and it became a deterrent where I didn't even want to use it. I'd rather just use my stick vacuum because it was so annoying to take care of those things and to clean them, versus the Matic just kind of takes care of itself. Now, I do have to basically spend $30 every quarter of the year in order to get enough bags, which is fine in my part. So basically $10 a month is enough for me personally to get enough bags to last me throughout the entire year. But that just depends on what you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. And like I said, your mileage may vary. And then lastly, the price is nothing to scoff at. Now, it did start at $10.95, then it went up to $12.95, and now they're saying it's going up to $14.95 in September. So it's not a cheap robot vacuum. You can definitely get cheaper ones out there, but it's an investment that will grow with you over time. Matic has promised over-the-air updates. I've already gotten a couple, which have been awesome in terms of how it navigates things, how good the sensors are, how it's able to kind of recognize different things. So it has gotten better over time. I mean, never buy something for the promise that it's going to get better, but it is nice to know that it has constantly gotten better since I've already received it. So that will be my nod of approval for this thing. It is expensive, but in my opinion, it's well worth it if you're in the market for a robot vacuum. I'll leave a link down below for you guys to check out, but that'll do it, everybody. I know this is a long one. I don't normally review robot vacuums. This could be my first robot vac review, but because it is such an iPhone-like experience, I feel like I needed to kind of shout it out a little bit. But let me know in the comment down below what you think. Have you tested robot vacuums? Have you seen this one? Are you in the market for one? How often do you buy them? Because I know some people go through them like candy, and some people just hold on to one forever and then just end up using their like stickless vacuum or something like that. But always curious to know your thoughts. If you did make it to the end, leave a little dolphin. And if you guys want to watch more videos, probably not like this one because I don't have another robot vacuum video, but maybe one of these will suffice. But until next time, I'm Fernando. Peace.